The Royal Rumble is 2 weeks away, and I actually wouldn't be doing this right now, but there's one huge, well, I wouldn't say, well, actually, I wouldn't say it's a match. I would say it's a huge shakeup of the Royal Rumble matchup. Originally, anyone that knows the Royal Rumble, it would be, a 30-man over the top rope battle royal. Or actually, 30-man over the top Royal Rumble, excuse me. But, and, it's now a 40-man Royal Rumble. And first off, I thought, is there even 40 people on the roster? Which, I checked, and yes, there are, in fact, more than 40 people, including the Divas and all that stuff, if you add all those up. But before I go into the who's in it and who's not, because I actually have a little link on who's actually in the match so far. Tonight on Raw, it was actually a really big shocker at the end of the show. We saw the debut of current Florida Heavyweight Champion Mason Ryan, and he helped Punk get the win via disqualification against Cena. But then I think he tried to attack Cena or something, and then Nexus comes to hold Punk back, and he's like, "No, fuck it." Mason Ryan is now the newest member of the new Nexus on Raw. And if you saw the other Nexus on SmackDown, I'm still kind of shocked why the fuck is Zeke in the Nexus over there. I don't want to say anything like about because they need a black guy in there because it's fucking Martin Luther King Day, and we do not need the racism of the black man of the black people on the channel, especially since I'm down with the brown. Everyone knows that. But yeah, Mason Ryan, Florida Heavyweight Champion, brought up from SCW. Apparently, this is his first part on Raw, his first official day or debut. He's still the Florida Heavyweight Champion though in FCW in a developmental thing, so he'll still be going back and forth there until he eventually loses the belt, I guess. And for those of you who have not seen Mason Ryan before, you're in for a treat. The guy is a fucking powerhouse. The guy is. Some people say he's like the British version of Batista. I do not know why, but some people actually thought it was Batista. No, that was not Batista. That was Mason Ryan. Batista's still doing whatever the fuck he's doing over there in fucking Hollywood and MMA, all that shit. But okay, the main part of this video: who is in the Royal Rumble so far? For a 40-man Royal Rumble, not only does this change the dynamic of the entire match, it just changes the dynamic of the entire pay-per-view, because there are probably less matches leading up to the eventual Royal Rumble matchup, because sure, we have the main world title matches set up, but what's coming else? I mean, sure, it's 2 weeks away, but the main thing here is the road to WrestleMania, and a billion fucking superstars will be named or potentially named for this Royal Rumble. And they already have it halfway done, up to 21 names so far. And if you don't want to know who's in here, don't want to know like who's in the Rumble so far, skip this part of the video, wait till next time or whatever the fuck. Or if you don't give a fuck about spoilers and shit, keep it right here. And I'll have my own personal take of each name on here. The first one right out of the bat, Alberto Del Rio. This is his first Royal Rumble. Dude. Hold on. I thought I heard something. Oh well. Personally, it's his first Royal Rumble. He probably won't make it that far, but seeing as his current track record on SmackDown and Raw and NXT, he'll probably make it almost halfway, if not to almost the end. CM Punk, this is his 5th Royal Rumble. CM Punk is a hell of a competitor, and he can probably make it to the end, and if not, win this match, especially since he is now the leader of the new Nexus. He has a hell of a shot at doing it. Let's see if we can pull it off. Dashing Cody Rhodes, this is his 4th Royal Rumble. I don't really see him going far in this, but, you know, anything can happen in this match. Daniel Bryan, this is his first Royal Rumble. If anyone knows the fucking American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. Or, as he now is, Daniel Bryan. He's the current United States champion. Has a lot of momentum going, especially with this whole Bella thing, which, you know, it speaks for itself. Don't be surprised if he makes it to the end, or if has an upset win. And it can happen in this match, but Daniel Bryan has a hell of a lot of cardiovascular skills and just amazing things. If you saw the match with Morrison, he can go. If you have never seen Daniel Bryan, I'm swear to God, you're in for a treat with this guy. Darren Young, this is his first Royal Rumble. I don't really have a lot to say about Darren Young. He has a hell of a future, but I don't really see him making it far in the Royal Rumble. You'll probably see him being one of the first people eliminated. David Hart Smith, I can't really say the same thing about the guy. He can go a long time. He's the son of the late, great British Bulldog. He can make it. I don't know. I don't think he'll win it, in my opinion, but, you know, I don't know. He could win it. Or he could, you know, be one of the people that is at the end. But now it's 40 people, I don't really know what can happen now. David Otunga, again, first Royal Rumble. I don't really see him going far. Even though if the whole Nexus helps Punk win, they'll have to have a free numbers game. But 4 people against 40, I don't really see it happening for him. He'll probably be the first one on someone as well. Husky Harris, another second generation superstar. I mean, he has the weight going for him. The big guy really doesn't, you know. I don't really know with this guy. He'll probably make it kind of far in the Royal Rumble just because of his size, but I don't really see him winning it or making it to the end. John Cena, this is his, good lord, like fucking 6th Royal Rumble. I don't really see him winning it, and you know, I just say that just because it's Cena, and I don't really want him to win, because we don't want a fucking Miz, or because, you know, I don't want to repeat main events. Cena versus Orton if Orton does win, or Cena versus Miz if he does win. But, you know, if Cena doesn't win, he'll make it to the end for sure, because it's fucking Cena, okay? I don't really say much there. John Morrison, this is also his 6th Royal Rumble. John Morrison has had a big push as of late. He'll probably make it to the end. I don't know if he'll win it. We'll see what happens. It's a fucking Royal Rumble. Michael McGillicuddy, the son of the legendary fucking Mr. Perfect Kurt Hennig. Technically, he'd be a 3rd generation superstar with Larry the Axe Hennig, but that's a different story. With those genes, I think he can make it far in this match. Whether he will, it's up to him and, you know, how WWE books this shit. I don't know. Primo, first Royal Rumble. I don't really know how he'll do. He's just kind of one of the dark horses in this match. We'll see what happens. R-Truth, this is his 3rd Royal Rumble. Not counting the K-Quick era. Which some people probably won't remember what that is, so don't even get me started on that. He'll probably make it far in the Royal Rumble. I don't know if he'll make it to the end or win it. I think it'll happen. Rey Mysterio, 5th Royal Rumble. He's made it over now. He's eventually won the thing. He was the first man, one of the first people to win it, you know, in a while, to win as number 1 and to the end. Made a world record. I think not a world record, but you know what I mean. 62 minutes in the ring's not easy. He'll probably make it to the end. If not make it to the end, he'll make it very far in this match. Sheamus, the King of Limes and King of Lobsters. This is his 1st Royal Rumble. And just as the powerhouse he is, I don't know what will happen. Honestly, I don't know. He could make it to the end, he could not. We'll see what happens. And I gotta make another part of this just because it's fucking, you know, stupid YouTube limit with the iPhone.